Okay guys, in this video, I run a new client through the program using one of our proven funnels. We've generated hundreds of thousands in new revenue for our coaching clients. These guys were coaches coming in, relying on word of mouth and referrals. They didn't have a good sales process. Their client retention was an issue for them, and they just didn't have a good client acquisition system that they could rely on to provide enough revenue for the business. They were looking at scaling to the 50K per month eventually. So check it out, and this is the exact system that we implemented with them. There are two roadmaps, okay? One is for building the funnel. Like there's a little roadmap for that because it's like to unpack it and make it really clear. As an operations offer, you just need to have like a checklist for like what you're building with your clients. There's one for that specifically, and then there's this, which is just for the whole rollout, okay? And this just guides you through the whole rollout because the building the funnel only lasts like a week or two. So let's go the DM me campaign, and then once we get ROAS through that, then we can decide on, okay, do we added something that has more steps, like a video sales letter with a landing page and stuff, or a webinar, which may have more steps and be a bit more, complex, but it definitely has its upsides. But the downsides of those are delayed return on investment because there's less contact with the lead and there's more steps, there's more complexity. So the next step is the systems checklist. So you'll just be working through the setting up the funnel, again, email flows, funnel steps, booking forms, that's all done. All you really have to do is just fill in the kind of copy. So all the automations and stuff, they're all done. And there's going to be walkthroughs I'll walk you through in a sec. You just need to fill in the templates because you understand the language of your people better than like we do, like, of your audience, so to speak. But yeah, this one, we'll just work on that. We're really big on sequencing, like one thing at a time. And we're really big on quality as well. So rather than like kind of pushing things out and rushing things, but also doing things in a timely manner. But we found you can complete and accomplish a lot in a very short period of time if you have simplicity of focus. Just for context, I'll spend four days. The only thing I'll do is one landing page video for 4 days, right? So I'll spend that amount of time, like 15 hours preparing on that and, preparing script, pitch deck. And I love going into that zone. So, and that means I don't have to create like a million of them because the quality is just there that first time. So DME ads are something really good for building the brand, firstly, because one of the reasons why your work with the past ads wouldn't have worked or didn't work is because too many steps with not enough insights on the psychography, like the thinking pattern and how your niche language is their problem because your targeting wasn't in place. So while you get that in place, this is a DME ad, a thing that's really simple that has less steps. There's less to change, and it's more about what you speaking to the person one-on-one, and then just that one ad that calls out the audience. That's the only thing that you really are looking at. You're not looking at a webinar and like an hour of content there. You're not looking at like a VSL. Like it's just giving out a lead magnet. Hey, you XYZ kind of person at XYZ income threshold, you have these problems and you're looking for a solution. We're giving out this free thing. We give out our 80K per month funnel. Click the link below to get access. They click the link, they get sent it in the email flows, which are all built for you. You just need to fill them in. And you probably got some kind of asset, or you'd create some asset to have sent to them. And then when they come in through the DMs, you just say, cool, just sent you that thing. Cool, if I ask you some questions, send you something more personalized. And then we're going to create the setting flow with you. And then you'll just take them through qualification questions, just confirming you're at this income threshold, just confirming you've got this business model, just confirming you've got this problem, looking to solve that. Perfect. What I think would be best is a call demoing how we kind of solve for that. And then you just offer the call. So you've got full qualification before the booking. Well, 90%, because we don't know if they want to solve it now 100%. We can't really understand that until we're on the call. But you've definitely got strong qualification, and that's the funnel. They book, and then you've got the videos being sent to them. They've got like a bunch of email flows being sent to them already. They're really familiar with ideally, right? Not everyone watches them, but most people watch. Okay, so super low pressure, super about education, and pricing accordingly. Price for the qualified audience. We don't want to price for the audience that can't afford your service. You're going to get your pricing strategy clear when you complete the ICP, and based on what your kind of target market is, it dictates what you can charge. It's not actually about how much work you do. So that's not what dictates how much you can charge. It's about how much they can afford. Okay, it's more about that, which was a bigger light bulb for me. So I'm sharing those insights with you, looking over that in the one-on-one calls. You're going to be having conversations, lots of those, lots of bookings. You're going to have those calls. We're going to be optimizing the offer. So the first couple months is just really something that we can deliver results to a specific kind of person, charge profitably, and get something that can get qualified traffic in, that books a call and then signs up. Like that should be the simple low bar goal. And if you can get that, then you've got your 10K per month, and then you can build on that. So that's what I wanted to kind of like, draw just attention towards, what the focuses are. Because sometimes we have people that have expectations or they have goals and they get upset when they don't get them, but they just need to be aware, like, your ability to get your goals is directly proportionate to the level you're at in business and what you don't have set up. And so it's like any other business. You just have to work on these departments, and as long as you can see the progress, like, we're in a good stead. Education creates confidence, which creates quality. So yeah, like you've got this is like your most referenced document. I know there's a lot on this spreadsheet. It's okay. There is this Loom which walks through kind of how to get support, okay, which is really simple. And then you've just got the niche and the offer training, which I sent to you already, and just work through it step 1 onwards. Okay, so check out the expectations of our partnership. That's definitely important. So that's going to show you how to have the right expectations on this, and how to really get value from the process and have a positive experience. So that's going to be a great one. This just the first step is optimizing the niche and offer. You have a 30K script, which has 4 really easy launches that don't require much building at all, to be honest. And you could make 10 to 40K from that. We've had people that just wanted to keep doing those launches over and over again because they were just so profitable for them. Then it's just like setting up a GHL account. So it's really simple. You'll just get you'll just sign up to that. You get the snapshots. That usually takes like 20 minutes. This one's linking SMS availability so that when people book in, you have automated SMSs that go out to them, reminding them of the call, checking their email. So you're really pushing that traffic to watch the videos. Can't just expect that they're just going to watch them, right? Okay, that just takes like 20, 30 minutes. All these videos are like under 5 to 10 minutes long. So we just broke it down to be really bite-sized. Booking calendar setup is just your booking form, which is all done. You just need to put in the right questions. You can send that to me for a review if you want as well. You're going to create some videos here. So we're going to spend a bit more time on this one, because we want to take the heavy lifting out of your sales call. So we don't want to have to do all the educating, all the trust building in the call. Okay. So it's important we spend the time on this stage, because it's really working on those sales assets that people get sent before you meet with them. And it's making sure that we have the right people booking in, like the right qualification questions, so we can know if we take the call or not. Okay, we're building for scale, right? So this one, a couple, maybe 2 to 3 hours. If you give more time to this step, I recommend it, just so you can get good quality videos in that flow once they book it. I need to know, what do we say to these inbound leads to qualify and then set them? So it has to be a systemized process, which you can just roll through. Like Juliet is really funny, actually. She's just like, oh, I had this lead who was, wasn't like too qualified, and it was just really funny because I just got to just like drop the conversation and just send them somewhere without wasting time. And then she was like, oh, I was talking to this like really qualified lead the other day, put them in your calendar. And I was like, yeah, how long did it take you? She's like 30 minutes from first contact, like, to booking. And that's a sign up. If you can get like 3 of those calls a week. So don't underestimate that power of having that appointment setting flow really working. You're just getting information. You're not pushing anyone. You're just trying to get information that will help you get the edge on the call. And then sales call flow, super simple principles. They're about principles, but you're going to be able to dial this in. If you want a review on this, you can send it to Juliet. If you want a review on this, you can send it to me. These are going to be optimized like as you're going. These are live documents that you're going to be optimizing as you go, so you get a better understanding on who you're serving. Now, the beautiful thing about this is, and what we're doing is, once you get your setting flow working and you've got clients coming through, we can implement that commission only appointment setter funnel, and you've got your pricing to the level it needs to be, so you can delegate the setting. That's really simple to hire a good setter. Also, like, the best setters really want this inbound opportunity. They don't want to have to do outbound and find their own lead. So the best setters will just like swarm to this, and you get to choose like which one you want to work. Profile optimization, right? So we're really clear on our niche at this stage. We've got all of our assets set up. Now it's just about when people see your ad, they should feel conviction. Okay, so we're going to get all the case studies, help you get all the social proof on your profile that's launching the app from great content. That way, when people they're considering, should I DM for this? They're going to search for proof. And what's their next step? They're going to look at your profile. And if their profile gives them yes signals, then they're going to DM you. And then it's also going to help inbound leads. So followers increasing and the right people joining your audience. We don't need 1 million followers, actually. We only need 1,000 to 2,000 raving fans to have a successful business for life that just keep wanting to buy everything we put out. So the clearer we can be on who we're for, the better, the faster we'll reach that point. All right, so now ads, there's a bit in the setup, but you're not really going to be doing all of it, to be honest. So we're not going to be doing that. Okay, so yeah, this is all you're doing, just creating the business manager, which is take you 5 minutes. Business page, if you already have one, just check that out to tighten it up. Pixel tracking, so we know, where people are booking, what ads are they booking in from? So we can really know, as you're testing for the right ads, what ones are your best performers. And that way we know how to delegate ad spend. So we shouldn't be doing guesswork. Understanding the DM campaign, and then you've got your funnel hacking strategy there. You just take this one step at a time. Remember, a business at your level has significant gaps in the infrastructure. And what I've seen is a lot of businesses can go for years with holes and gaps in their infrastructure, and it will add years onto their journey of progressing. So a lot of the time we got to focus on what creates the revenue rather than the revenue. That's a really important shift. If we can focus on quality and focusing on evergreen automated assets more than we focus on other things, and we have this simple funnel, then we're set up for success. So primary obstacles, you're attracting the non-ICP. So we're going to solve that in your ICP and offer tasking. The structure, you can see the structure, we've got that. Client retention is something else. So once we set everything else up and we're getting more clients through, then we work on the client retention. That's just going to be through your one-on-one sessions. For instance, if you're getting, you're signing clients and then they're dropping out, it's like a potato sack with a hole. You're putting potatoes in, but they're just falling out the other side. If it's that they're just not renewing with you, or if it's that they're not getting results, or if it's that they're refunding, these are all different retention issues. So we can walk through that as it comes up. As you put more clients into the client base, the client retention issues will be highlighted. Trying to sell well, fix that in our one-on-one sessions. We can also use those to do sales role plays. You can role play with me. I can really drill in. I'm a bit OCD about sales. So when we get into the sales role play, I'm going to be no, you should say it this way. No, you say it this way, say it back. And then we're going to really drill in your ability to speak right, on sales calls. So it's really how you say things is so much as important as what you're saying. Use of your body language on calls, use of your tonality, the specific language patterns we're using to elicit a different result. This is going to be good. It's not just about closing. It's about closing the right people and closing the right people and setting them up for success. In order to scale, you have to take the money from the right people. You have to be paid by the right people. Systems to acquire clients. Yeah, you're happy with how we're going to be setting all of this up. You can see clearly how we solve for these. We do the nitty gritty, boring, overwhelming stuff first when you're the freshest. So first call, we go through all of this, and yeah, you're just saving your future self, guys. Honestly, doing this stuff, and yeah, don't worry, you're not going to be alone. You're going to be walking through it with me. You're going to be sending progress reports every day. We're going to be checking in. You'll be saying, cool, working on this, completed this. It's going to be very empowering for you to realize why you haven't been growing. That's going to be a very empowering thing for you. So yeah, what I found in scaling to $2 million in cash in the last 6 years, and I'm only 31, I'm relatively young, is that the biggest practice is discipline of focus. I know a lot of people say this, but the biggest practice is focusing on just the right thing for long enough to get the results, to get cash, and not going for the shiny objects that feel good, that give us dopamine. That's one of the most valuable things I've found, and just making sure I'm in the right energy state. I'm sleeping well, I'm eating well, I'm with my faith, or whatever it is that helps you to perform at your best. And you honestly will find you only need to work 3 hours a day. If Those 3 hours are of the best, highest performing needle moving work. We took out all the stuff that, gets views and gets like lots of, conversations and 15 posts a week. Like we took out all that stuff. We had clients working 100 hours a week. I'm like, I can't have that. We just need to understand that we put our heads down, we focus in this quiet zone, this quiet space. We create this quiet in this world of noise that we're in as entrepreneurs, so we can create something truly great. And that's just to create something truly great. It takes us to our next stage in our process. So once we finish our building the funnel, so everything I just went through, that's this. Okay. So just hopefully that simplifies it. And then once we're done that, we're setting up the ad account, finding the right ads to scale. Should take a couple of days. This is creating something great is the base to peak stage. Okay? It's just the BACA acronym: booking appointments, closing appointments. And then if there was another one, it would be like delivering to clients, BACA DC, right? So that's like the focus. Like that's all we need to do. We don't need to do anything else. We don't need to do podcasts. We don't need to work on book launch. We don't need to launch 5 offers. We don't need to serve everyone. We don't need to do organic and paid and networking. Yes, do what keeps the bills paid while we get this converting, but make sure you know what actually is getting the bills paid, not new ideas, things that actually already work. So holding frame is base to peak stage. So we're going on a journey to the top of the mountain. And so we'll implement, you'll get feedback from me. We're going to look at data. We don't want to be looking at the clouds and thinking what I should do. We should look at the data, which is our map, which is your JHL dashboard. And then coupled with me, the Sherpa, the guide, who's looking at the dashboard, we're seeing what decisions we should make, and we're sticking to those action steps, which generally take a lot less time than other things that we would be doing. That's it. Optimize and then repeat. It's just a very specific, simple framework. Driving conversions through your funnel, through the data, in the dashboard, which is automatically going to be populated. So no spreadsheets needed. It's just all going to be populated through the dashboard and moving the leads through the funnel, which is the Deshaun who's on the sales process. So Danielle can jump into that and see exactly how the business is performing at any point. We're achieving the ROI from the ads, but for you guys is also making sure the clients are staying in. So as you get your cash flow in, scaling the ads until you hit your 10K per month goal, delegate as much as you can from the increased cash flow back into the business. So your mindset until you hit 10K per month should be any dollar that comes in doesn't belong to me. That's the best thing I can let you know about, because ultimately the faster you can hit 10K per month, if you could take 50% of 10K per month, which is 5K, or 50% of 3K per month, which would you prefer? So the sooner you can get to 10K per month, the faster you will take home a larger amount of money. You don't focus on money first, you focus on time first. So you want to focus, instead of taking home a lot of money out of the business, focus on taking more time of your own out of the business. Get more of your time back, free yourself from the business. If you focus on taking the money out of the business, you will be a slave to the business because you're still operating everything. That's good. You're focusing on putting money back in the business, especially in delivery of your offer, make that scalable. Put this back into, ad spend. You'll get to 10K per month fairly quickly once you're getting ROI from ads if you do this. Don't be afraid of spending more on what's getting you money. If it's an ATM that you're putting in $500 a month and it's giving you $3,000 back, you want to put as many $500 payments into that thing as possible. You got to change how you think about money when you're talking about paid ads. You should expect departments in your business to break. So we want to consciously break areas of the business. So what happens in this is when you increase volume, these are the principles of a sales funnel. When you increase the volume through a funnel at the different stages, you break the next stage. So when I have 5 leads coming through, and that becomes 1 booking and 1 sale. If I put 5,000 leads through, then the booking mechanism will break. And then the sales mechanism will break because it's too small. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're understanding it's okay, it's normal for this to break. We want it to break, but we want to see as it's breaking and how to fix it. Okay, so that's really just key, important for you guys to understand. It's going to be a lot of problem solving, a lot of this seeing the weakness highlight, and you're going to get this kind of entrepreneurial sense of like how to look at your business in this way. Okay, so say you're looking at, a good analogy is you have a client and they refund, or they have a bad experience, or they're too needy, and what you do is you change your program. Okay, maybe that's what you choose to do, but really you should have changed your targeting. to prevent that
Mm.
person coming into the funnel. And so, because what made you emotional was the experience in delivery, you changed it based on the emotion, which is the
Yeah,
effect. And so, this
right.
is the cause and effect equation. And so, whenever you look at the effect, you don't want to make a change based on the effect because then you're solving a one time instance rather than the root cause of these instances occurring. Yeah, so we're driving these weaknesses out. So expect it. Like what we will do once we drive the weaknesses out as much as we need to, we'll leverage the appointment setting funnel, delegate what's called pipeline management, so moving the leads through the CRM, and then setting. That's like they're the things that will be you'll notice as you get more leads and more calls, you won't have as much time to actually progress them. So that's what's important. Okay. There's a reason why 10 to 20% are only profitable. It's because they don't have this way of delegating at the right time, focusing on the right things. Success is for everyone. Most people
Right.
just don't have the right way to do it. So one-on-one calls, private Discord channel, access to the content. Once you finish this, you can for sure dig into some of that content because it is good to keep you keep learning things and you keep evolving your understanding of business. So that those kind of modules are good for that, no doubt. So I just wanted to check like what was the most valuable part of this call and like since you joined, like I probably came in this call.
I think this call was more in depth in terms of like learning what I'll be doing, and that really made me happy because you don't want something that's overly simplified. Like I mean, you do, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're growing to get to this place of success. And this one was an extremely deep dive, so I'm happy that I do have it. I'm happy that I had this call, so thank you very much for this call. And I understand I have some work to do. I think one of the takeaways here is that first niche and offer, developing that process and spending some time in that place. I think I understand now how important it is. I'm going to do some deep dive, and I may actually go back through this video as well because this video was actually really good too, and I think it's going to help me to know where I'm at in the process and be able to go back. So it is some learning that I have to do, but I'm really happy that I can now take my mind away from, I'm like you. I love reading books. I love doing all these other things. I am a development specialist. I love Jim Rohn. I love Tony Robbins. Anyone you think of, I can give you their philosophy. But I need to be able to be focused on where I'm going and where I'm taking this business and not constantly going to all these different authors of books. So I'm very happy for this call for that reason.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love Jim Rohn. So Danielle, how about you?
What I really enjoyed just about this first session is just the process, the breakdown. Deshaun has this saying that he's been telling us, like, as long as you've been married, as long as you've been dating. And that's that expectations are everything. Like, set the expectation for us. Let us know, what to expect. And I think that Ben, you just did such an amazing and thorough job going through just every single step, what to expect, even when things are expected to break and that it's a good thing, like not to freak out about it. Just makes me just feel I'm in someone's hand that is, very privy to the system, who isn't a newbie at this, who is the expert and who I could trust. So I just really, really excited, really excited.
That's amazing. So these beautiful people here, they joined yesterday and they're having a positive experience, which is amazing. What I've been doing is collecting social proof. Now, one big thing that really was preventing people from messaging you guys is that they're afraid it's not going to be a good decision. They won't have a positive experience. So if you can, people are choosing to work with you, you can collect this social proof and put it on your stories. It will really help a lot of those people that are sitting on the fence, wondering if it's a good bet to really like shift into that it is a good bet. And it empowers your clients because they're like, oh, I'm sharing my experience
Mm.
with Ben and with the audience. And it's something about in human psychology where if you have a verbal declaration of something, you're more likely to act in alignment with that declaration. Every client that I've had that I've done this with, it helps them get better results because it increases their internal congruence, their internal alignment with the choice. You get the picture, right? So definitely start using this. We're going to cover it in the trainings as well, like how to collect social proof and how to use that in your marketing. So that's going to be great. Love you guys'
Yes,
energy as well. Like I think with the right system, you guys will create a massive amount of change with people
amazing.
out there. So yeah, let's do it. And yeah, catch you soon.